Hey everyone, it's Carolyn. Welcome to the channel. Today I have another collective reading for you, and I'm going to be using the charms to give you your message. If this video is resonating for you and you're drawn to watch it, then continue to do so to get your message. If not, I'm going to have more videos linked in the cards above that you can watch instead. I want to say if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please hit subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family, and make sure you turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post my next video. I post multiple videos every week, including more collective readings like this. I also do pick-a-pile readings and zodiac readings, along with other educational videos to help you all with your spiritual journeys. If you want to get your own personal reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop, or you can message me on Facebook or Instagram. Everything's going to be linked in the description box down below. And so with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pull your charms and see what your message is. So you just got a lot of charms, and I'm noticing that it's pretty well balanced between the subconscious and the conscious energy. I definitely get the sense that there is almost like this chip on your shoulder in which you are trying to like prove your strength or prove your toughness, and it's almost creating more issues for you. And the reason I say that is because if we look at your subconscious energy, you have the shark tooth here. To me, the shark tooth represents like a symbol of accomplishment and courage and strength. Like, I defeated the shark, and here is almost my talisman as a result of it. This is my token to show everyone what I was capable of. And so it's like subconsciously, like, you're very proud and very confident about yourself right now, and that's a great thing. You don't want to lose your own sense of self-confidence. So I feel like this energy that's in your subconscious, it's good for you, but it's almost like it's reaching a point where it's unbalanced. Because I definitely get the sense right now that there's almost this chip on your shoulder with this throat chakra here. It's coming to the conscious shore. So to me, this indicates it's like you're almost going around and bragging and talking about it too much, and it's like you're not letting it go, you're not letting it be, and it's coming off a little juvenile to people. I think there's a difference between being courageous, being strong, having that within you, having that resilience, versus going around and telling it to others. Spirit wants you to know right now, you don't have to prove yourself to others. And if you're proving anything to them, it's with your actions, not with your words. I think right now you're too caught up in the appearance of what you're trying to prove yourself to be, instead of letting yourself just prove it by existing, by being. And so I sense, because you have this chip on your shoulder, it's causing you to pick more aggressive approaches. It's causing you to go and be this like showman of not allowing fear to hold you back. It's like you're letting your mask fall down, but next to it you also have the angel charm, and it's facing downward, so it's almost like an angel who's falling. It's like, here you are on this pedestal, you had this confidence, but now something that is such a powerful tool is becoming your own worst enemy. And it's because you're not balancing it with the gratitude. And I really get the sense right now you also have this angel charm flipped over on the conscious shore, and it was on top of this scissor charm. And the thing about this scissor charm is it came broken. And so to me, it's broken because it represents like trying to cut a cord, not having it work. And I feel like the angel's on top of it as a sense of protection, and it's on your conscious shore, indicating to me that it feels like right now you were trying to be petty about something, you were trying to cut someone out, almost like you're trying to stick it to them. And I feel like you're trying to sever the relationship, you're trying to cut this cord and cut them out of your life, or not have them in your life. It definitely feels like there's something where it's like you're trying to get them out of your life, and Spirit's not letting you do it. The universe isn't letting you cut them out, because your reasons for doing so has not been thought through. It's very short-sighted, and it's not something that's actually going to be beneficial to you to let them leave your life. To me, it feels like a lot of you, it's like you got in this argument over your pride, over your ego. And this person has been in your life for a while. This person's a part of your life. And it's like you're cutting them out for something that's insignificant in the grand scheme of things. And I feel like it's because there's almost this desire to prove your independence, to prove your strength, to prove that you don't need people, that you're self-sufficient. Because you're the bird here in your conscious shore, and then in the circle of protection, you're the bird on top of it. What Spirit's telling you right now, your independence is already being protected. Being independent doesn't mean that you cut people out. It doesn't mean you isolate yourself. It doesn't mean you hide yourself. Being independent means that you're able to rely on yourself and you don't need other people. It doesn't mean you don't want other people. And it doesn't mean you can't have other people in your life. It just means if you ever have to have your own back, you're gonna have it, and you're not gonna rely on others or need people when you are capable of doing it yourself. But I feel like you're watching this reading because it's indicating to you, you need to slow down and you need to stop trying to do things for the sake of doing them. And you have to understand the reasoning and the why, because you're going to realize that a lot of these things that you're trying to do impulsively are not coming from a place of you genuinely wanting to do it, but more a place of you feeling like you need to do it. And it's not your intuition telling you that. It's actually fear. It's actually your pride getting in the way and wanting to look a certain way, that it's affecting everything you're doing. Because Spirit wants you to know you have these Two of Cups here. This is a good connection. This is a good person to have in your life. This is a good support system to have. But right now, you're this turtle spinning out of control. The telephone booth is here. Your throat chakra is here. If you stopped picking fights with people and you picked up the phone and tried to make peace with them, you would be able to achieve it. And I'm being pointed out that you actually have the second turtle here as well. So it's like there's these two turtles spinning out of control. You're both spinning out of control. So maybe this is something where it's like a mutual disagreement, a mutual fight. Spirit's telling you, do not cut them out of your life for this. Work it out. Talk to them. That telephone booth right there is telling you, go pick up the phone, talk to them, work it out. Make an effort to show them that you are trying to save this relationship. Because I think it's going to be very short-sighted to ruin everything because of this incident. And I want to point out that when it comes to your zodiac charms here, so you have Cancer, then you have Leo, then you have Aries, and you have Cancer again. And this Cancer is in the circle of protection. So Cancer represents the 4th house. Cancer is a water sign, and so it is a sign that is very emotional. And it is someone where when they love you, they're very loving, they're kind, they're compassionate, but they can also be very angry, they can be very moody. And it's also an energy that represents the 4th house, which is your family, which is your close loved ones in your home life. And then you have Leo, which represents the 5th house. And the 5th house is an energy in which you are like center stage. It is where you're taking a lot of action and control and you're stepping into your full glory. And so with this energy, with this Leo energy, Leo is a sign that represents strength. And it also represents like being the center of attention, drawing attention onto you, being very confident, knowing what you want and getting it, being ambitious because it's a fire sign. And then you have Aries, which again is another fire sign. Aries is the 1st zodiac, so it represents the 1st house. The 1st house represents your sense of self. And then Aries represents that more carefree energy, that very impulsive energy, because it's the 1st zodiac. It's kind of like the baby of the zodiacs. And so it represents almost like this learning curve that needs to happen in your life. And so what I'm being told with all these zodiacs that you have here, you have these energies that represent really good attributes, but then also can get in their own way. Because Cancer, when they're getting emotional, when they're getting upset, they're the ones who are putting themselves in that situation. And they can also get very angry. And when they're angry, they get blinded by it. And then with that Leo energy, that's where that strength is coming from. That's in your subconscious energy. And so it's almost like you are using it to build up your pride in a way in which you're becoming very stubborn again. And then Aries can be very impulsive. And they can make decisions that are not good for the long term, because they're living in the moment, they're in the present. And to me, I feel like that's what's going on here. It's like you have the strength, you have this sense of independence that you want to show to others, that you want to prove to others, and in doing so, you're being impulsive and you're not making peace. And you have this peace charm, and I think that's what you want, but like you're not actually achieving it. And then with this teapot and cup set, I really am getting the sense this reading is a message for you with someone else. It's like you're trying to cut them out of your life, but yet you're a package deal. Like you two are supposed to help one another. You're supposed to help one another grow. And so it feels like you're not going to be able to shake this person away from you. And I feel like it's because you still have a lot to learn from one another. Because here you had the fear charm, and you also had this rose charm, and then you had the rose here as well. And so the thing about roses, They're very beautiful. People love them, but they have thorns. They can prick you. They can hurt you. Very much like a Cancer energy. Some of you, these could be zodiacs that you have in your chart, but it's almost like you're allowing this fear to make you react as if the worst is happening when it's not. And that's where you have this chip on your shoulder, because you're trying to pretend like you're not fearful. You're trying to pretend like everything's okay. You're independent. You don't need anyone. You don't need to rely on anyone. And you have no fears. You have no doubts, because you're courageous and you're brave and you're going to go out. You're going to do everything. You're going to accomplish it. And Spirit's telling you, like, slow down. It's okay if you don't have it all together. Like, I feel like you're trying to be too perfect all the time. I feel like you're trying to put up this front to the world. And literally the universe is looking at you like, who are you fooling? Like, because you're not fooling yourself, you're not fooling the universe. Why are you trying to put on this image that is not authentic to who you are? When it's like you could just accept that you don't have everything together yet. And if we look at your karmic link, to me, it's almost like it goes up, then it goes down, and it comes back up again. And so it's like that saying, everything that's up must come down. But then that cycle is going to repeat. And so to me, it really makes me feel like you are currently on track to kind of hit rock bottom. Maybe not hit rock bottom in every aspect of your life, but definitely in this situation. This pride, the way you have this chip on your shoulder, it's not helping you, it's hindering you. And until you realize that, you're always going to let it drag you down. And that's what Spirit wanted you to hear this message for. Because you have a lot of these star charms. You have the starfish there, you have the starfish here, and you have the star here. Here, you have the dream catcher. And it's a little crazy. The thing about the dream catcher, it represents your hopes, your wishes, and the things that you desire. The fact that it's a little crazy right now is telling me that you don't fully have it known what you want or what direction you're trying to go on. You have all these different ideas, but you haven't settled on one yet. And that's okay. You don't have to have it figured out just yet. But I feel like you are trying to be perfect. You are trying to do everything at once. It's like you are trying to make it look like you have it all figured out. And so you're not allowing yourself to discover what you want and to take time to cultivate these ideas. Instead, you're trying to do everything at once. And that's where you're reaching this unachievable standard. And I think that is kind of what's making you push people out, because you're frustrated with yourself, and instead of taking it out on yourself and changing your behavior so that you're making things more balanced and more sustainable for you, you're taking out your own frustrations on the people in your life. And that's what's going on now. And that's why the universe is like, cutting this person out is not going to do you any good. Cutting this person out is not your issue. Your issue right now is yourself. And it's because you're not allowing yourself to change. You're not allowing yourself to grow. Because in order to do that, you have to experiment. You have to try different things. And you're not doing that right now. And the thing is, you have a lot of coins as well. So you have the coins and the stars. This indicates to me you are going to be successful. You are going to be successful with what you set out to do. But you can't do it instantaneously. It's going to take time. And with that, you have to allow change to happen, because you have the nickel, you have the half dollar, and you have the quarter. So if we go numerology wise, nickel and half dollar, they represent number 5. 5 is a number of change. It represents an energy in which there is some chaos going on around you, and you are adapting. You're going with the flow, you're figuring things out, you're learning. And then you allow this change to happen, and you roll with the punches. 25 has numbers 2 and number 5. So we discussed number 5. 2 is a number of a student. 2 is a number of a learner. And then when you combine them, you get number 7. 7 is a number of introspection and reflection. The path to being successful with what you want out of your life is to allow yourself to change, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to learn, and reflect on yourself, reflect on your past. Don't judge your past. You can't go back, you can't change it. But you can change the future, and you can embrace the change that's going on around you. You have the protection crystals here, and you have the circle of protection here. The hula girl is telling you to relax. Here, you have the solar plexus chakra and the Aries charm, and then you have this angel wing. And so what I'm sensing for you with this solar plexus chakra, this is about your willpower and your determination. So you have the ability to go for what you want, be determined, and be successful as a result of that. Because that Aries energy is about you going for the things you want, you bringing that passion, you bringing that fire. And the angel wing represents protection with it. but you have to have the determination balanced with the impulsiveness of that Aries energy. You have to be mindful with what you're doing. Be impulsive when it comes to the creative side of things. But then when it takes time to be diligent, to actually put in effort, to actually hold yourself accountable, that's where that solar plexus chakra comes into play. Because that is really what guides you and keeps you on track so that you don't falter. And then the hula girl in the circle of protection is representing the ability to relax, ability to let go and go with the flow. That is protected. You don't have to be in control of things all the time for them to work out. You need to trust and believe in yourself enough that the things that you have set up are going to line up when the time is right, and you are believing in yourself that you have made the right choices to get the results you want. So you can relax. You don't always have to be on. That Cancer energy in the circle of protection. Cancer is a water sign, going with the flow, being in sync with life and trusting in yourself. Cancer is also an energy in which they are very intuitive. They trust their gut. They trust their feelings. And so this is indicating to you, trust your intuition and trust that your intuition has led you on the right path. You have the birds here, and the birds represent the ability to have that independence. And so your independence is being protected. And it's about trusting and believing in the fact that you are being protected. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to change things and overcompensate in order to show that you're independent. Your actions will speak louder than your words. That's your biggest lesson right now, is learning when to shut up and learning when to just do things and live your life and be present in the moment. And not be trying to control the narrative, not be trying to control the way that people view you, because people are gonna have their opinions about you. And you can't make everyone love you. And you can't make people change their mind about you if they hate you. But what you can do is just continue to live your life, and the people who are meant to be in it and support you, they're going to do so. And so quit worrying about the people that you can't control, because it doesn't matter what they think. I'm also being told for you, you have the root chakra here. Well, the root chakra is on top of this butterfly here. And then you have the music note. Music represents your throat chakra again, being in sync, but also being in harmony and finding that balance in yourself. The root chakra represents a way to ground yourself and stabilize yourself and your life. And the butterfly represents signs, which could be signs from the universe, but it also represents change. That caterpillar turns into that butterfly. And so in order to ground yourself, you have to find harmony and balance in the fact you can't control everything in your life from changing. Right now, you're trying to control too much. That is your biggest downfall. That is what's holding you back. And that's why you are self-sabotaging these friendships, these relationships in your life, because you feel like that's in your control and you feel like you need to push people out and then things will be okay, and they're not going to. And that's why Spirit's not letting you cut this person out, because it's not what's meant for you. You need to have a conversation with yourself and figure out how to get rid of the chip on your shoulder and figure out how to allow yourself to embrace this change, not be fearful of it, not let it hold you back, not feel like you need to prove yourself to anyone. And by doing that, you're going to be unlocking your dreams. You're going to be discovering them. You're going to be learning about them and actually having them come into your life, where you can then hold on to those dreams and not disregard them, not continue to incubate them and think about them and analyze them, but not know what to do. It's like now you're actually gonna have a direction to go in, because right now you're being guided, but you have like 20 different directions. You gotta pick a lane. You gotta figure out where you're going. I also want to point out, you have the shoe charm here. I'm gonna turn it so that you can see it, but it was standing upright. To me, this shoe kind of reminds me of like Cinderella, where she lost her shoe. It got stuck on the floor because it was standing up. To me, it's like it got stuck in your reading. And if you see, the shoe is walking from this believe charm to this key charm. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust yourself. You have to trust your intuition and trust the universe. And by walking forward, by just blindly trusting yourself sometimes, and continuing to use that to fuel you and to provide some sort of direction, it's going to lead you to being at the right place at the right time, to unlocking that key, to unlocking this success for you, to lining things up where they're making sense, you're in balance, where you're no longer out of control and you're no longer overcompensating. I really get the sense that this shoe is representing the fact that it starts as a thought, and then you turn it into action, you turn it into a manifestation, you turn it into something that you're doing. Because just like Cinderella, that's a fairy tale, but here she is she has her ideas. She knows what she wants to do, and she's kind, she's grateful, and she is not trying to prove herself to others, because it would be so easy for her to tell her step family off and scold them for the way that they're treating her. But she doesn't do it because that's not what she wants to do. She wants to be kind. And you can't tell someone you're kind. Your actions speak for it. And the people in your life who aren't going to see you for who you are, or the people who are going to resent you for being who you are, it's because inwardly they want to be that person, but they can't. And so it's easier to take out their frustrations on you. And that's kind of what you're doing to the people in your life right now. Instead of healing who you are, you were taking your frustrations out of them, like Cinderella's stepsisters and stepmother did to her. And so Spirit wants you to realize, like, don't be frustrated with people. Learn from them. Sometimes the people in our life who we hate, we have to sit and ask ourselves why we hate them. And oftentimes it's because we desire to be like them, but we don't know how. And right now it's like you're overcompensating because you feel like you're lacking in your life. You feel like you want to be courageous, you want to be brave, you want to be strong, and you can be these things, but you feel like you need to prove it. And so it's like you're overcompensating it. And so if you just embody that energy of Cinderella, where you're just allowing others to perceive you however they're going to perceive you and not be bothered by them, just continue to live your life how you're meant to live your life, and then really believe that something is going to happen, you're going to have the ability to manifest it. And it's not going to happen in the sense of having your fairy godmother come into your life, but it is going to be in the sense of you trusting your intuition. Your intuition is going to be like your fairy godmother, telling you when you should go somewhere, telling you that nothing is impossible, telling you to believe in yourself. And by trusting your intuition, it's going to send you to that ball, the place you need to be. And that's what's going to allow you to network and connect with people and be successful. But in order to do that, you really have to allow yourself to change, allow yourself to grow, and allow yourself to learn from other people in your life right now, so that you can stop this need to act like you're independent and act like you can do everything by yourself, and stop trying to prove yourself and allow yourself to simply exist. Allow yourself to be. I feel like those of you who are watching this reading, you're meant to be this unicorn. You're meant to stand out. The thing about a unicorn, it doesn't have to tell anyone it's a unicorn. And not everyone believes in unicorns, but children do. And children still have wonder and hope and inspiration. And so it's like, instead of trying to get people who are never going to believe in you to believe in you, find the people who still have that wonder in their life, and the people who are actually going to help you reach impossible limits. Because sometimes you need that perspective of not knowing any better to actually take a chance and take that risk and have it pay off. And so it's like, here you're this unicorn, you get to stand out, you get to be you. But you don't have to shout the loudest in order to be seen by everyone. Again, I keep going back, let your actions speak louder than words. The goals that you're wanting, once you narrow them down, you're going to be able to get them. You're going to be able to help others believe in themselves, and kind of teach them things from your own life and what you have learned along this way, along this journey to getting this success that you want. But in order to do that, you need to learn from yourself. You need to take this time to be mindful and to change things about your behavior. Because right now, it's like you're not going to be successful because your personality is overshadowing it. And it's like, these are not the personality traits that you want to show to others. These are personality traits that you are overcompensating with. And so it's your insecurities that are coming through. And so when it's your insecurities, people aren't going to be drawn to that like they are when it's your true, authentic personality. And so allow yourself to let go of this chip on your shoulder and really just connect with people. Work out your ongoing issues with the people in your life because they're important to you. And use this time to be introspective and really see what the true issue is right now, so that you can correct it, so that you can fix it, you can heal it. Because by doing that, it's going to allow you to change, it's going to allow you to grow, and it's going to allow you to get more in harmony with yourself and find more balance. Where now you're embodying these zodiacs for the good attributes about them. You're being this Cancer, water-like energy where you are empathetic, you are trusting your intuition, you were in flow with the universe. The Leo energy, you were strong, you were confident, you were gonna hype people up, including yourself. You're gonna believe in others, and you're gonna believe in yourself. You're gonna help others build their own sense of confidence and their own individuality. And then this Aries energy, you are going to do things that you are meant to do. You're gonna take action. You're not gonna wait on things. You're not gonna miss opportunities. And you're going to be self-sufficient in yourself, where you are determined and you're allowing your willpower to help guide you along this way. So you're embodying all these energies now of these zodiacs, but now you're doing it in a way that's beneficial. Right now you're doing it in a way that's hindering you. And so once you make that shift in your life, you're going to see that things start to be easier. You're still gonna face challenges, you're still gonna face hardships, but now those are gonna be external things instead of internally right now. Internally, you have a lot going on that you need to heal, that you need to fix, and that's why you need to be introspective. Once you heal internally, it's gonna help you fix your relationships with the people in your life, and in turn, it's gonna help you network more, connect with others more, and be able to build a system and a team around you that is supporting you and is gonna help you achieve what you want to achieve. And so those of you where you are very driven by your business, by money, by finances, and you're like, I don't need anyone, I can do it myself, Spirit's calling you out right now saying, no, you can't. You can be independent, but that doesn't mean you don't need anyone. And so if you want to be successful, you really need to take a look in the mirror, and you need to change your behavior so that you are going to be able to learn from yourself and grow from this current situation and have it help you. Because if you stay stuck like this, you're always going to be stubborn, and you're never going to take anyone's advice. And then all these things that you want to do, all the things that you want to achieve, you're only ever going to be scratching the surface with them. You're not actually going to be as successful as you want because you couldn't get out of your own way. And so I feel like this message was a little bit harsh, but I feel like it's when you really need it to hear. And Spirit's telling you this out of love, because Spirit sees so much potential in you. They don't want you to get stuck in your own way. So I really hope this resonates for you. If it did, let me know in the YouTube comments down below. Also give this video a big thumbs up and share with others who need to hear it. If you want to get your own personal reading, I do sell them. You can check out my Etsy shop or message me on Facebook or Instagram. Everything's going to be linked in the description box down below. I'm going to have more videos linked in the cards for you to watch next. And if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe. I would love to have you a part of this family, and make sure you turn on that bell notification so you don't miss out when I post my next video. And I can't wait to see you all in my next video. I hope you have a good one. Bye.